Good evening, race fans, and welcome to week number 7 of the United Dirt Sim Series Silver 305s here at Lanier Speedway in Georgia. We're in the closing weeks now of the first season of the Silver 305s, beginning week 7, obviously, of 10 total seasons. Now, as we're approaching the end of the season, we're beginning to add the drop weeks in. These drivers have 2 drop weeks from those 10 weeks. Essentially, we throw out their 2 lowest points totals. And I believe Billy Brickley has those points totals for us.
I do, Darren. Looks like your leader right now with the 2 drop weeks taken out is Alex Hanna with 299 points, and closely on his heels is Caleb Hartman with 296. In third place, you got Hunter Crum, 291. Crum's had a couple bad weeks, so he's fallen out of that top spot. And then fourth, you got Tyler Street with 282, and then Kelby Taylor's in fifth. But looking at the list, doesn't look like Kelby's racing with us tonight, so it's gonna be a tough break for him. Believe he's already used 2 drops, so he's definitely going to fall down. That'll open it up for Tyler Klaus, Aiden Berlin, Jack Kidd. All those guys might have a shot to move up tonight.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting night. Let's see, what was the final total we had? Somewhere around 58 drivers that'll be timing in this evening if all of them actually stay with us?
Yeah, we've got 58 drivers currently. 57, I believe. We did have one guy who was a little over our rating, but 57, I think, is our current car count right now. So definitely a good field.
That is an awesome field. Looks like we're in the closing minutes of warm-ups. Just wanted to give you a few details here about Lanier Speedway. If you're unfamiliar with it as a race fan of sprint cars, it's understandable. This is actually a track that years ago was a dirt track, was later paved into a NASCAR-style pavement oval, and iRacing has given us the pleasure of seeing what it was like covered with dirt. This is a 0.38 mile track, high banks through the corners, fairly flat on the straightaway, typical of most NASCAR style pavement ovals. But it does, at least in my opinion, kind of remind me of I-55 Raceway, although it's significantly wider, at least on the straightaways. Billy, you have any insight about what it's like running a 305 around this track?
Yeah, usually we always talk about 305s are on the very, very bottom, and Lanier's kind of unique because it is on an asphalt track, so there's a little flat spot, which would be the apron normally here, and then it kind of banks about a car length up. So first off, you don't want to get down in there early on when the track is real tacky because it'll upset your car and it gets real crazy like. But then after that, once it does slick off, you're able to actually go down to the wall. So it's kind of different. It changes up a little bit every now and then. So it's who's going to be able to race the track the best, and it'll be interesting to see how they do it because once it slicks off so much, you got a top, you got a middle, a bottom, and it's just who can throttle and get traction the best.
Yeah, at least for me personally, I think this is probably one of the better 305 tracks that we have in this game currently. It does develop into multiple grooves. There is most definitely a top and bottom to the track all the time, but some of the time you'll find somebody that can work the throttle just right, and they'll run the middle right through the slick, and it won't slow them down any.
Yeah, it's all in the driver here. Everybody's got the same setup, so it's definitely gonna be interesting to see who can do it the best and who can make it work best.
All right, so looks like we should be advancing out of warm-ups here pretty quickly. Billy, can you tell me what kind of time we got left on that?
We've got it's like about a minute and a half left, and they'll probably be advancing in a qualifying here, just whenever they're ready to get it going.
All right, well, since we're concluding warm-ups, let's go ahead and play our opening real quick, and we will move into our national anthem. Stand by. All right. How are we setting on time for the anthem?
Uh, you're good. They haven't even advanced yet. Okay, I thought the screen was messed up, but it's definitely not, so we're fine. I was like, I can't see the top ticker, but I got it now.
All right. Well, we are rolling into qualifying here very shortly, so since we're Reaching that point of the night, if you would, please rise. Gentlemen, remove your head covers as we play our nation's first song.
Two-time Grammy and three-time Academy of Country Music Award winner Leanne Rimes in the performance of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that a flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Tell you what, it doesn't matter how many times you've heard that song, it really is our nation's first song.
Yeah, it's always a great one to hear for sure.
Looks like we've got a few guys that are still undergoing qualifying here.
Yeah, as of now, Caleb Hartman's got fast time with a 13:02.9. Carl Deitch is holding it there for a minute until Caleb took the track, but Carl Deitch, he's a new member with us, just racing recently. Chris Jones, he's been improving a lot. Aiden Berlin, he's always fast, and then Brandon Surratt, he's just come on here recently, last couple weeks as well. He's looking well. Quite a few guys 13 zeros, and you get into 13 ones. So it's definitely a racy track. Everybody's real close right together right now.
Yeah, I'm looking at that top five times separated by 29 thousandths, first through fifth. This is going to be
Yeah.
an incredible night of racing.
Yeah, definitely a good field. I know we had a lot of guys messaging me today and everybody on the team. We have a lot of newcomers here tonight. I think we've added probably 10 or so, maybe 15 even today. 15 guys to the races tonight. So a lot of new ones, a lot of names will probably mess up. There's one guy I know I'm going to look at it right now so I can say it once good time. Nels Shellhouse. It's probably the only time I'll say his name right. I can at least say I did it once though now.
Yeah, that one I'm pretty sure I'll screw up too. So,
Yeah, it looks nothing like that, but that's how he said it sounds. So I'm gonna say it one time. That way I'm done and got it over with.
all right, we got a couple minutes to kill here in qualifying. If you had to pick a driver right now, based off of qualifying times, who would your money be on?
Hunter Crum went and put himself up there in second. So Hunter's got some stuff to prove. He's had them bad weeks. He's still in a points chase. I think he wants to get it. One person I don't see is Alex Hanna Showtime. He can't qualify for nothing, but looks like he's way down on the list. So that's going to be interesting to see him come through. Everybody else, normal Tyler Street. He looks like he's about eighth or ninth, maybe 10th. Can't quite got a number on him yet, but ninth. So he's top on the points. Caleb Harmon right there. I think he was second. So all the fast guys kind of scattered throughout here. A few of them up top. It's definitely going to be interesting here in the closing weeks.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's going to be hard to beat Hunter Crum. He is incredibly fast in a 305. Really, he's talented in pretty much anything he drives, but in this division, uh, he has kind of owned this division week to week, other than a couple times that he's had bad luck and had to come from the back. Um,
Yeah,
Alex Hanna, every time the camera's on the guy, there's a reason we call him Showtime. If the camera's watching him, he's going to the front. I think one of these days we need to give him a little break and let the fans watch him during qualifying, see if maybe he can turn in a quick time.
yeah, he's 28th in qualified, so he definitely did not show up for qualifying tonight. But give him some time in heat races feature, and he should be able to get through it. You just gotta stay out of trouble. That's the main thing there too, as well.
Very, very true. Everything is about staying out of trouble in these 305s. You just don't have the power to have a big bobble and come back from it. At least in a fixed setup 305, that's very much true. I know when you open up the setup, they become a little more forgiving in certain ways, but it's just one of those things you don't have the power to make many mistakes and come back from it.
Yeah, it's definitely different with the fixed setup. Tomorrow night in the Golds, we'll have our setups going a lot better, and we'll be able to make a little bit more moves. But other than that, the guys will still be able to do good. Lanier's a good racing track. You're going to see slide jobs and 4 and 5 wide, I think, at some point. So it'd be interesting to see if they can keep off each other and whatnot.
All right, so it looks like we're going to be moving into heat number one. Let's see, on the front row, starting on the pole, Dustin Sargent in the 891. Outside of him, Jack Hitt in the 217. Row number two in the number 73, that will be Brandon Surrett. And outside of him, Caleb Harmon in the number 11. Row number three will be Tyler Clowes in the 015 and William Same in the 998. Row number four, starting seventh, our league president, that is Dave Ward Jr., and starting eighth, Clint Stone in the 854. Row number five, I believe that is Adam Lair in the 805, and number 12, Brandon Smith. And the final row will be Stephen Vogelsong and Kyle White.
Yeah, 12 cars. That's a big field. Top four only going to make it. So there's a lot of guys that are going to be in the C's and B mains. That's a tough break. That's going to be put a lot of work on it for sure. Caleb Harmon in your pole series will be starting at fourth. You got Tyler Klaus. He's always looked strong. See what he's got for him. Starting fifth, first man out of the transfer. He's definitely going to put on a show for him. That's for sure.
Yeah, I think if I had to pick somebody in this one, you gotta go with Jack Hitt. He's got the good line into turn one.
Green flag, green flag.
Yeah, he does. Nice even start. Pretty good start so far going into one. As you said, Hitt kind of got a little bit of a lead, but that bottom's just going to be too fast early on.
It'll be interesting to see if he stays up there or if he gets the opportunity. Will he get back to the bottom? 3 wide out of turn number 4.
Yeah, starting to work his way down now. Looks like Harmon's going to have a run on the outside. I believe that's Brandon Surrett on the inside. Oh,
whoa,
they
a
get
little
together
contact.
A little bit. Yeah, and then Surrett just gets run over by William Seam. That's a tough break there. Surrett just got all messed up. Seam was already in that spot. Seam's going to lose the spot to Klaus. That puts Tyler in the top transfer. Seam and Dave Ward are battling out for fifth now. Ward's going to look underneath him, running a nice line on the bottom. Give it to him, but Seam's going to come back around on the outside.
Oh, little
Dave
contact.
slides it in there.
Ooh.
Yeah, Dave, he definitely let off on that one. I think he knows he caused that one.
And trying to
Drove
give
in there
a
a little
position back.
hard. Yeah, that's going to move Brandon Smith into fifth. See if he can come up. Seam's back going again, but he is slow.
He's probably got a little bit of damage with that car.
Yeah, he might have a little bit for sure, but I believe he's a lap down now, so he's just riding it out, hoping somebody else doesn't finish as well. Maybe get an extra row or two in the mains. I'd have to imagine Dave might get an EOL for that one.
Yeah, that was pretty hard contact and definitely ruined the night of another driver. Looks like we're on our final lap now.
Yeah, looks like Caleb Harmon don't have nothing for Jack.
And Looks like checkered is out. Looks like it's going to be Dustin Sargent, Jack Hitt, Caleb Harmon, and Tyler Clowes in the top 4. Those will be your transfers direct to the A main. Looks like Brandon Smith is going to round out the top 5.
Listening to the chatter here on the receiver. No EOLs handed out for that first heat race, so I'll listen in for you and see if we actually hear anything or not.
All right, moving on to heat number 2. On the pole, Aaron Gerwitz driving the 199 and Blaine Brink outside him in the number 1. Row number 2 will be Daniel Vaught in the 871 and the 28 of Hunter Crum. Row number 3, Andrew Hansen driving the Deuce and the 877 of Dylan Postier. Starting 7th will be the 977 of Scott Kimbrough, and 8th, Brandon Bradney in the 824. Row 5 will be James Gleason in the 905 and Will Sargent in the 996. And starting 11th, final car, row 6, will be the 55 of William Pylant. I think this is going to be an interesting race here. Brink is really looking to prove himself on that outside row.
Yeah, Brink's he's been working real hard trying to get faster here, but hope he's not looking in his mirror because he's got Hunter Crum right there behind him. It's going to be a tough one. Gerwitz has been fast a lot lately, so that's also going to be interesting.
Green's out. Green flag. Green flag.
Here we go.
Like Brink tried to get a little early jump there. He let off, even back up, so everything's good. Andrew Hansen with a good run on the bottom. He's going to look for 3rd. Just got a little loose, can't quite make it work.
3 wide down into turn 3.
Yeah, somebody's wrecking in the back. I believe that was... Can't see.
And
Brandon Bradney, Scott Kimbrough got together. Bradney's going to take the worst of that deal.
an interesting view here of Hunter Crum. He has all 4 wheels above the cushion, at least for that last lap. Looks like he's back down running a more normal line now.
Yeah, he's definitely making it work, though. Andrew Hansen with a big slider. Oh my, he almost made that work. I was waiting for Hunter to make a move on Blaine here. He seems like he might be faster than him, just can't get by. Might just be comfortable with settling in for a 3rd place finish.
I think Hunter might be a little bit gun-shy about really throwing down with these drivers in a heat race. It's cost him quite a bit in recent weeks.
Yeah, he's had to run through the consies and it hasn't paid off for him.
Oh, there he goes looking at the bottom now.
Yeah, I'm surprised not many people are using it. That bottom still seems to be pretty good. If he can figure it out, like that right there, gets a decent run off the corner.
All right, we got 2 laps to go. Think he's got anything for Gerwitz out front?
No, he's still got his hands full with Blaine Brink. They're still side by side here at the line. It's anybody's race for 2nd. I think Brink had that one. Yeah, give it to Brink. Brink's running real good on the top side. They're dead even. Blaine Brink, I think, is going to come home in 2nd place. Hunter 3rd. Hansen 4th. Gerwitz had to lead all to himself out there out front. He was nice and comfortable.
And great conclusion to that heat race. Those guys really put on a good show. All right, heat number 3. Let's go through our starting grid. On the pole, driving the 780, that is Ryan Robertson. Outside pole, John Ruby in the 920. 2nd row, Rodney Shockley alongside Carl Deach. Row number 3, Tyler Matheny alongside Showtime Alex Hanna. Row number 4, Justin Smolin and Billy Bowerman. Most of you know Bowerman as Billy Idol. Row number 5 will be Joe Adam and Adam Filburn. And row number 6 will be Mark Bradshaw and Jimmy Barr.
Yeah, Carl looked really good there early on, so it'll be interesting to see what he can do. Newcomer, and then you got Alex Hanna in 6. Track's starting to get pretty racy, so I think he might be one to make some moves here with the way this track is right now.
You know, at the risk of showing my age right now, I have to say that car number 8 from Carl Deach really reminds me of Doug Wolfgang in the early 90s.
I am not going Go with that one. I'll leave that one alone. I know. Well, I guess Ruby's in this race too. Ruby's been proven fast in this series as well, so that'll also be another interesting one.
Yeah, I think the real car to watch here is going to be Alex Hanna starting in 6th. You know he wants that transfer spot.
Green flag, green flag.
Leader got
Slight
a
jump
great
from the lead.
Start. Yeah, not sure.
Looked
That
like
was early or not, but
yeah, he didn't really.
Ruby's gonna get fed. Go ahead, Darren. I'm trying to step all over you there, but
Yeah, it didn't look like the leader necessarily picked up the pace. It looked like he just turned the car down the track and shortened his way around the track a little bit. Oh, and Ruby into the fence. That's
yeah,
going to cost him.
A lot of beating and banging going on in the back. I've seen 3 incidents now. I think guys getting together, but looks like Robertson's still gonna be your leader, followed by Shockley.
Carl Deach now paid the price.
Yeah, that moves Alex Hanna into 3rd. Like we said, Showtime showing up when the green flag drops. I don't think he's done yet. He's looking pretty good for 2nd.
Looks like they're closing on lap traffic. This will be the first heat to really get a chance to look at lap traffic. This is a really, really short oval. I mean, not quite a quarter mile, but I think this scores somewhere around a 3rd mile track. Not sure exactly where they rate the 0.38 miles at, if that's the inside or outside.
We were 3 wide almost there. Shockley is just leaning on him tonight, but he's not going to get it quite yet. 3 wide
down the backstretch.
Not
Oh!
enough. They're together, they get going. No harm, no foul yet. Alex Hanna's going to move into 2nd spot. I don't think Robertson knew he was there.
Yeah, I don't think he really knew there was anybody down there. He just kind of turned down, hoping to grab the corner, and there was a car in the way. I mean, that happens from time to time. Looks like we got 2 to go. Hanna's really trying to run down Shockley, but Shockley used that as a real opportunity to check out.
Yeah, Tyler Matheny's looking for 3rd now. He's running that bottom side, closing in on Robertson. Oh, and Joe Adam, I believe that was. He spun out coming to the checker. He was running in 5th. Tough break for Joe.
It's going to make Shockley, Hanna, Robertson, and Matheny our transfers. And Justin Smolin was the beneficiary of that last little crash.
Yeah, Joe Adam, like I said, he was running in 5th and just drove it in too hard, got in the back of Matheny, spun out. That's definitely a tough break for him.
All right, looks like that's going to move us over to heat race number 4. Starting on the pole, the 798 of Andrew Holmes, and outside, Jesse Vermillion in the 993. Let's see, inside row number 2, Tyler Street in the number 4, and the 54 of Chris Jones, our Australian driver. Row number 3, Clarence Rosa and Mason Miller. Or Mier, I guess is how you pronounce that. I'm always going to screw that up.
That's correct.
We have Michael Bangan and Dylan DeBono on row number 4. Row number 5, you want to do this name because I am bound to screw it up. It was Nels.
I already forgot it. I had to look it up.
What was it? Shellhouse? Nels Shellhouse, I believe.
Nels Shellhouse. Yeah, that's correct.
And Scott Paw. And row number 6, rounding out our field, will be Byron McDonald and Mark Rush.
I knew we'd get to it again and mess it all up.
It was bound to happen.
Yeah.
I think now that I've seen it and know how it's supposed to sound, it should click now. I'm lying, of course.
A little bit better, but yeah, I'll definitely screw it up. It looks nothing like that, but we'll definitely mess it up. We'll butcher a few names, but that's the way it is, I guess. That's like the Michael Bengan. I think it's pronounced Bangin. I think he said earlier as well.
Yep.
So a lot of new names in here. I can't keep track of all of them. I'm no announcer. I'm a driver that fills in for announcing. So don't take it out on me.
All right.
Tyler Street might have to be the favorite in this one right now. Starting that inside spot. He's our, he is not our points. He's running in 4, so he's got a little bit to make up here. Outside line jumps to start on that one, I believe. We'll have to take a look at that.
Yeah, that was a big jump.
Yeah, pole sitter never got going.
Oh,
We
big
got a
crash.
big wreck down the back stretch. Not sure who all is involved in that one. Chris Jones, Tyler Street though, first and second.
Looks like
Wait.
Vermillion got tangled in that one.
Yeah, wait for my stuff to pop up. Yeah, it looks like Vermillion, Holmes, Mason Mier possibly got a little tangled up in that one. Biggest gainer on that one is Shell House, 9th to 4th. Oh, and Jones and Tyler Street, they're battling out for the first spot, giving no mercy right now. Jones looks really loose coming off exit the corners though.
Looks like we had a car rejoining the track there.
Yeah, that was
Ooh.
almost bad right there. And it still is not quite good yet. Pulled right out in front of Shell House, just not what he wants to be. Still got a comfortable plot in 4th though. He's got almost a 2-second lead over 5th place. See if he can hold on to that. Michael Bangan, he's starting to reel in Chris Jones. See if he can get there. McDonald, he's in lap down, but he's running pretty good with no nose wing. He's able to keep up with our leaders.
Tyler Street just continues to check out on the field. I think you definitely called this one. He is hooked up, running the cushion, and not looking back.
Yeah, just came out of the 410 race here at Lanier. Probably got a good handle on everything, so it'll be interesting to see how that carries over.
White flag is out for Tyler Street.
Bangan's still trying to get around the lap car 35 there. Byron McDaniel, he was caught up in that first one. He's going to get 3rd, and Shell House will get 4th from 9th, so that's a big move right there. He's going to like that one a lot.
Yeah, big charge there. All right, top 4, Tyler Street, Chris Jones, Michael Bangan, and Nels Shellhouse make the transfer to tonight's A main. And that's going to roll us over to our 5th and final heat. For those that are joining us for the first time, we run a 60-car maximum field, so we have 5 heat races of 12 drivers for transferring. And looks like starting on the pole for heat number 5 will be Tyler Grafton in the 62, and outside him Daniel Thorson, in the 870. Inside row number 2, Trace Olson. Outside, Aiden Berlin. Row number 3, Joe Adam 2 and Ron Meister. Row number 4, Cameron Hennigan and Christopher Standridge. Row number 5, Timothy Brantley and Jason Kratke. And row number 6, starting 11th, Thomas Williams.
Yeah, 11 cars, another great field here. I'll notice there's a few names, I guess. Standridge, Aiden Berlin, Ron Meister, he's ran with us a few weeks now. And Timothy Brantley, I think he is running with the World of Outlaws, if that's correct. I think I saw his name on the list for the E-Invitational there, so that's always cool to have in your series, outlaw guy running. I think Aiden might be the one to watch in this one. Aiden, definitely a quick driver. He's been
Green
fast
flag,
all
green
year
flag.
for sure.
Looks like we got a nice even start that time.
Yeah, well,
Whoa!
we spoke too soon. A good start came with a bad wreck because they just piled it up into the corner. Looks like Ron Meister's involved. Jason Kratke's involved.
Our top 4 are looking like they could end up in an accident themselves with the way they're slicing and dicing across this track.
Yeah, Thorson's in the wall. Everybody's all. Oh, and Thorson's in the back of the leader. Thorson gets a right rear. Believe that was Grafton. Yeah, Grafton gets in the wall. He gets straightened out. Thorson's going to be the biggest loser on that deal.
And Hennigan is loving his chances now as he just picked up that final transfer spot if he can hang on to it. I don't think he's going to have too much of a challenge because he's got a big interval to the next driver.
Yeah, it's going to move Hannigan in the 4th, like he said. Timothy Brantley's going to have to try to chase him down, but he's a whole straightaway back.
And we got a challenge for the lead now as Aiden Berlin has gotten around Trace Olson.
Yeah, I think Aiden's going to check out now. He's definitely got the experience in these cars. Running a high side, truck's starting to slick off. Olsen says not yet. He's going to throw a slider. It's a good one. Berlin cuts way back down. Gets a little contact on the crossover, and Olsen's going to try it again, maybe? Gives him a little room on the outside. Berlin's going to take it, and it go, and Olsen, no, wow. I don't know if anybody hasn't wrecked in this one yet.
I think Berlin might be the only one that's going to get away clean here. Now
Yeah,
Hannigan's
definitely.
looking around the outside of Trace Olsen.
Lots of beating and begging in this one. That's going to move Olsen back to 5th or 4th. No, he's in 4th. So you have Berlin, Grafton, Hannigan, Olsen. Brantley's still the first man out. He cannot get a break here in this one.
Looks like Berlin's going to bring it home.
Yeah. Berlin, Grafton, Hannigan, Olsen. Brantley's going to get 5th as he got a slider from Daniel Thorson right at the end. Couldn't quite make it though. That was definitely interesting race, wrecked field heat race. So
Yeah. Some of the time that's going to happen in these things, especially when the track starts to slick off a little bit. A lot of these guys aren't quite sure when they should start throttling back to maintain their position.
yeah, there's gonna be a lot of guys upset with that one, but they don't have a whole lot of time because the C main's on the grid now. Get our lineup for that one. 21 cars it looks like.
All right, starting on the pole, Byron McDonald. Outside of him, Thomas Williams. Row number 2, Stephen Vogelsong and Will Sargent. Row number 3, Carl Deitch and Clarence Rosa. Row number 4, Christopher Standridge and William Same. Row number 5, Scott Kimbrough and Joe Adam. Row number 6, Mason Mier and Jason Kratke. Row number 7 will be Adam Lair and Brandon Bradney. Row number 8, John Ruby and Dylan DeBono. Row number 9, Ron Meister and Kyle White. And row number 10, Jimmy Barr and Mark Rush. And that will round out our field, as it looks like only 20 cars are actually going to start the race.
Yeah, so one's not going to make the call, but 20 cars, only 4 make it to the B. It's going to be a tough one. And then once you get in there, it's going to be another tough one. There's only 4 coming out of there to go to the A, so.
Yep. Finally getting a chance to really see how this format is going to work in our 305 division. Usually we don't have a car count like this. We've been close several times, but we finally get to see some eliminations out of the C.
Yeah, you know, it makes you really get on your game here when you get this many cars.
Green's out. Green
I
flag.
like
Green
it.
flag.
Not sure everybody does, but that's just the way it is sometimes. So we got a pretty. I speak too soon.
Oh, a few guys
Time.
getting tangled up deep in the
Oh,
field.
we got another big wreck. Big
Yellow,
wreck
yellow,
in the
yellow.
backstretch. That's going to bring the
Whoa.
yellow flag out.
A
They
few
were
cars
wrecking all
got
over the place.
big time upside down there. It looks like Will Sargent really paid the price for that one.
Yeah, there was too much to call there. I see William Syme, I believe that's how he says his name. He sent me a message on YouTube. I probably still going to butcher it, but he got a tough break there early on, was able to recover, and then went on the backstretch. There was another incident where 3 more cars got together. It's like Ron Meister. He's got no front wing, no hood. Ron's just having a bad night again. It's a tough break for him. I don't know if he's got a target on that car or a magnet or what, but
Looks like he's going to turn in, get a few repairs done on that car, hopefully, and head back out on the track.
yeah. They're trying to fix it. Can't quite get it done yet. But Will Sargent, he's 1 lap down. He's okay. Brandon Bradney, I believe he's the one that did not make the call. You see he left. Looks like we only got 15 cars on track now.
Probably a few guys just went ahead and called it quits after that one.
Yeah, I know if they don't score an actual lap, iRacing shows it as them not being here. So, quite a few guys involved in that. Looks like Rylan Gray, John Ruby, Mark Rush, Jimmy
Green's out.
Barr,
Green flag. Green flag.
Kyle White, quite a bit of them. They're back green again though.
Byron McDonald got a great jump there, but got a little squirrely out of turn number 2.
Yeah, top 4 kind of stretching herself out a little bit. Christopher Standridge in 5th, open. Oh, and he gets into Mason Mier, and wow, that's a hard hit in the inside wall. Don't know if they're going to throw a yellow on that one yet or not. Looks like they will let it go. That's going to move Vogelsong still in 4th place. Christopher, sorry, my thing is not updated. There we go.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
And they will throw yellow now. That does move Scott Kimbrough into 4th.
Yeah,
Starting
Kimbrough's
from
got
9th.
a great charge going right now.
Yeah, the best one yet is Dylan DeBono, who came from 16th, running in third right now. So big moves for him.
And since we have our first caution, let's go ahead and go through our sponsors. We have Design Metal Art of Knoxville, Iowa, producing precision laser engraving and metal signage. Jessup Logistics from the Indianapolis area. They're actually a logistics, trucking, and warehousing company. Sofa King Fast Sim Sports. Anybody that's been watching this series knows who they are. We have our production company, Pushin' the Cushion Productions. Speed World Hobbies. Works Graphics. That is Dave Ward, who does iRacing wraps. And the final sponsor that we do not have a decal for yet is Goyet Trucking.
Yeah, Goyet Trucking just came on board with us just this last week. He is going to sponsor the 360 series, so it'll be the 360 Unity series presented by Goyet Trucking. So glad to have him come on board with us. It's always nice to get sponsors to come on. Helps put all these broadcasts, put these races on, and helps with our points fund for the 410 series as well.
And looks like
Green's
Byron
out.
McDonald
Green flag,
going for
green
another
flag.
good jump. This time looks like DeBono was right on his tail this time. Whoa,
Yeah,
little
he
contact.
gets to the back of him. He's definitely on his tail for sure. It's going to move him into second now, and it's Vogelsong almost slider got into the back of him. DeBono looks very, very racy. He's all over McDonald. Looks like he has a lot for him, just can't quite get it going.
Oh, right down to the line. What a finish there.
Yeah, not quite. It's like McDonald, DeBono, Vogelsong, and Kimbrough are going to be your top four transferring on.
Separated by 20 thousandths at the line. What a finish there.
Yeah, it's definitely an exciting C main. See if they can clean it up a little bit here in the B main. These guys are going to need all 10 laps, especially the four that transfer on if they're going to move up through the field.
All right, moving over to the B main. Let's get a look at our starting grid here. On the pole of the B main will be Brandon Smith in the number 12. Starting outside of him, Daniel Vaught. Row number 2, Justin Smolin and Scott Paul. Row number 3, Timothy Brantley and Dave Ward Jr. of Works Graphics. Row number 4, James Gleason and Adam Filburn. Row number 5, Andrew Holmes and Daniel Thorson. Row number 6, Clint Stone and Dylan Postier. Row number 7, Billy Bowerman and Jesse Vermillion. Row number 8, Joe Adam II and Brandon Surrett. Row number 9, William Pylant and Mark Bradshaw. And row number 10, William McDonald and Dylan DeBono. Stephen Vogelsong and Scott Kimbrough will round off our field.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch DeBono here on my side. I'd like to see what he can do here. He looked really fast in that C main. If he can get the lap, stay out of trouble, he might be one to do the alphabet soup tonight. I believe he's a new name as well. I don't ever remember recognizing him before, so not sure if he's been with us maybe 1 or 2 weeks, but
We're going to have to try something here real quick. For those of you that have never run iRacing before, I'm going to give you a little bit of an idea of what it's like being inside one of these cars on the start with all the dust and dirt and everything else you have to deal with and still be able to see your line on the track. So right now we are riding along with Daniel Thorson on the start of this race.
yeah, Brandon Smith gets a great start there. Looking good so far. We do have a couple spinning out already. Vogelsong looks like it's one of them, William Lance. He's going to get involved in it.
Whoa!
Oh, another big wreck on the front stretch. See if they throw a yellow for that or no. Stay green as of now. By the way, DeBono from 20th to 11th. Oh, and he gets into the back of somebody. That's going to lose a couple
Yellow flag
spots.
is out.
It's going to
throw
bring the yellow
now.
out.
Yeah, your top four currently are going to be Smolin, Smith, Vaught, and Brantley. DeBono was making moves. He's not happy with somebody, and he's letting them know it. Not quite sure. I didn't see the yellow on that one. A couple of incidents there early on, but not quite sure it causes that one. There's a couple cars in the already in on the trailer. Let's see.
It's going to knock 3 laps off of our intended 10-lap length, so it'll be interesting to see if DeBono can come all the way up to a transfer spot. Where did he finally settle in at?
He's up to 13th. He was up to 9th at the biggest point. Got in a little accident back there, knocked him back, but he was just making moves. So I believe they're going to be one to go here. Or they might be coming to green, I believe. So be interesting to see who all can make some moves here. Yeah, Pate's car is in.
Green flag, green flag.
Smolin with a slow start, really slowed the pace down there.
Yeah, third and fourth get together big time, huge checkup. I don't know who that was. He just went to the infield. Oh, and their big wreck. DeBono's in it. Oh,
Yellow
there's
flag
quite
is
a few,
out.
and they're going to throw another yellow flag. I think that's going to bring us to a green-white checkered.
A few guys still kind of bumping and banging back there in the back of the field.
Yeah, there's wrecks all over the place. These guys need to settle down a little bit. There's going to be nothing left of their cars when we get done with it. If anybody's needing some used parts tonight, head on down to Lanier after the races. There'll be plenty of used parts for sale on the sprint car side.
Yeah, and quite a few of them you won't even have to buy. Just look around the pits, you'll find them laying around.
Yeah, there's going to be wings laying everywhere. Hoods. Guys still hit each other under yellow. Everybody seems to be upset with everybody right now. Top 4 haven't changed. Still Smolin, Vault, Smith, and Paul. Dave Ward's going to move up to 5th. Daniel Thorson 6th.
You know, I have to bring up something about all these accidents we're having here tonight at Lanier. If anybody from Elbows Up Simsport is watching and remembers the what was it, the COVID 190? Lanier is the Bristol of dirt tracks in here.
Hang on,
and
we're not
just
going
like
green.
Bristol, it's Bristol, baby.
Yeah. I raced in that race. I can tell you, we had a yellow about every 2 laps. So the first half of that race, we did a lot of pacing. That was for sure. But that was a good event that they put on there. I believe they're going to do another one for Indy. They're calling it the Fake 500. I think maybe what they're doing. It's got the Lotus 78 car at the Indy.
That
So,
should actually be quite a race.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get in on that one, I think, as well. So looking forward to that. They're going to try to do the whole deal, like practice day, carb cup, all that stuff. So that'll be fun if they
Green,
can
green,
pull that off.
Coming back to green, Smolin switching it up a little bit. He was on the loud pedal pretty early.
Yeah, top 4 get a pretty good jump. Dave Ward at 5th. No, if he's going to have enough to get it, there's going to be 1 to go when they come to the line. Paul get real loose coming out of the corner. Still able to hold it on. Top 4 still just nose to tail, single file, not able to change anything up there. Dave Ward's going to have a challenge for 5th. Thorson's going to get it. Does he? I don't know. It does not matter. Only top 4 go, though. So it's going to be Smolin, Vaught, Smith, and Paul, your top 4. Dave Ward does get 5th. Daniel Thorson 6th. Andrew Holmes 7th. Adam Fillmore 8th. But all of them guys are going home. So doesn't do them any good. That'll give us your top 24 cars for the feature tonight. We'll go on track for a 2-minute warm-up. Be interesting to see who's going to be fastest here the way this track is.
Yeah, this is definitely a little bit different than most of these guys saw during their heat race, unless they had a late heat. So no adjustments to be made being a fixed setup other than just moving the wing around until you find where you're comfortable.
Yeah, I kind of like this track. I hope we have it slicker than that tomorrow for the gold race. But you know, the 305 Silvers, it's a 2K and I rating under league. It's based for the newer guys in iRacing to give them a little bit of a chance to not feel like they're going to get outraced by a pro driver or an A-class driver and whatnot. But it does come with little beats and bangs here. You know, guys are still learning everything out. They're still trying to figure out how to drive these cars. iRacing is not easy like people think it is. It has its struggles, so we try to keep the track a little bit tackier for them. But for the most part, it usually provides some pretty good racing. It'll be interesting to see how this A main goes. They got 40 laps, so that's a long time here.
And we're going to get a little view from the blimp cam right now. Give you an idea the distance between these cars as they go through the corner. 30 seconds left in this warm-up session.
Yeah, I see a bunch of guys we got a bunch of yard sales going already, so gonna be interesting for sure. Looks like sorry, I seen our message board was blowing up. I figured people were getting mad at each other already, but it's just a couple guys saying they missed a show, so nobody's mad yet, but I'm sure we will have a whole bunch of people down at the trailer after the races screaming our ears off like always. See who's fastest. I can pull it up here.
Looks like Tyler Grafton right now had the fastest lap in that warm-up session, a 13.622.
Grafton, Brink, and Hannah all in the 13.6s right on top of each other. You got Hunter Crum fifth. Trevor Olson just moved up to fourth with a 13.6. So yeah, there's a lot of guys in here that are going to be fast. A lot of our fast guys that we've mentioned, guys in the top of the point standings. If you didn't hear early on, Alex Hannah is points leader. He's got a 3-point lead over Caleb Harmon, who's just ahead of Tyler Street. Tyler Street's 9 back from the points lead. They've only going to have 3 weeks left after this one. So starting to wind down here in the 305 Silvers. Be interesting to see who can climb out on top. It's definitely going to come down to the very last race, I believe.
All right, 24 cars starting the A main event here at Lanier Speedway. Looks like on the pole is going to be the 891 of Dustin Sargent, the Busch Light car. Outside of him in the John Deere 199, that is Aaron Gerwitz. Row number 2, Rodney Shockley being scored as the 970. I believe that car is actually a 3. And outside of him, Tyler Street in the number 4. Row number 3, Aiden Berlin and Jack Hitt. Row number 4, Blaine Brink and Showtime Alex Hanna. Interesting to see if he can make the charge from 8th. Row number 5, Chris Jones, Australian driver, and Tyler Grafton. Row number 6, Caleb Harmon and Hunter Crum. Row number 7, Ryan Robertson and Michael Bangan. Row number 8, Cameron Hennigan and Tyler Clowes. Row number 9, Andrew Hansen, Tyler Matheny. Row 10, Nels Shellhouse and Trace Olson. Row number 11, Justin Smolin, Daniel Vaught, and final row, Brandon Smith and Scott Paw. And here we go, race fans.
Yeah, the only penalty that was handled out was for Tyler Klaus. He is serving his final penalty there of series. He had 2 EOL for the A mains, but it'll be interesting to see how he can climb back up to the field. It's definitely going to be hard in this one.
Definitely seeing an impressive 2-lane track up front so far. Lots of guys working both the top and the bottom of the track.
Yeah, everybody must have settled down. The A-main drivers showed up tonight. We got 4 wide going in there. Look like Alex Hanna, Blaine Brink. I can't see the other 2, but we're getting racy back there. Oh, we do have one spinning on the front stretch. Not sure who that is.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
He is back going again, but they do throw the yellow. So yellow's out. They're going to bunch him back up.
It's going to be interesting to see who gets the position there. It looked like Gerwitz and Shockley were really going after it for second place, and that was allowing Sargent to finally open up a little bit of a lead.
That was Cameron Hennigan. It spun out there on the front stretch. He is back going again. We're joining through the field. Other than that, I mean, that was pretty clean for the first 3 laps. I was impressed myself.
Yeah, that was a lot of cars there, all vying for position, top, bottom, middle. I saw 3 wide back through the field. You saw, I think, what was it, 4 wide there for a second?
Yeah, I seen Alex Hanna, Caleb Harmon, I believe it was. There's a couple others in there, I think, were going down the backstretch. So Hanna hasn't gained any spots. Caleb Harmon's gained a few. He's gone from 11th to 7th. He's the only real big gainer I see. Aiden Berlin, 5th to 11th. He's the biggest loser right now. Other than that, everybody's pretty even where they started. Dustin Sargent still got the lead. He's had some bad luck here last couple weeks, so it's good to see him running up front and having some good luck now.
And we're going to ride on board with Cameron Hennigan on this start to give you an idea how early that green comes out when you're running at the back of the field.
Green's
it's
out.
a long
Green
way
flag,
around.
green flag.
Yeah, he's middle of the backstretch as they're coming through the line, so that's a huge difference. It makes you have a lot of room to make up now. It's like Alex Hanna, and it's going to drop to the bottom. He's trying to start making some moves. It's like that might be... What's that down there? Somebody else is running down on the bottom with him. That's Caleb Harmon. So Caleb Harmon, Alex Hanna, only 2 up front running the bottom. Sargent running the top, getting out to a nice lead early on. Gerwitz in second. Or Gerwitz in third, sorry, Shockley second.
Looks like Shockley's finally moved up to the top. I think he saw what Sargent was doing and decided to follow along, see if he could close a little ground up.
Yeah, Harmon went up top as well. Only person left on the bottom and the top right now is Alex Hanna. Still rolling that bottom, not losing any spots, but he's not gaining any either. Just kind of stay out of trouble though if you're the only one on the bottom. Makes it a little bit easier to run. Now Tyler Street's gonna move to the bottom. Teammates up there telling each other probably, hey, let's go to the bottom, try to make some moves. Street's gonna make a move. He might get Gerwitz here. She's coming out the backstretch. Street will. No, they're still side by side.
Looks like Street's finally going to get a run here on the front stretch. Finally
Yeah,
got around
Street's gonna-
Gerwitz.
Street's gonna move Street into third place on Gerwitz, so the bottom's definitely fast. Gerwitz gets loose. Oh, almost went 3 wide again. Alex Hanna's gonna make it 3 wide for sure though in 3 and 4 here. Justin Sargent looks really good up top out front right now though.
Yeah, Sargent just continues to set a blistering pace running around the top. Having that clean air pushing down on that top wing really makes a difference. Oh, looks like we got a couple cars turned around on the front stretch.
Got a big pile up out back. I see Matheny is one of them, I believe. Yeah, Tyler Matheny, and it looks like
Nell Shellhouse was another one
Yeah.
of the recipients of that one.
Delhouse gonna get a tough break. He's gonna be done for the night. He's missing a hood and a nose, and that thing is just destroyed. But first night out, he makes the A main. That's pretty good for a 60 car field. You can't complain too much with that one.
Yeah, and you've got drivers all the way up to that 2KI rating, so I
Yeah, I
don't know a
believe-
whole lot about where he was sitting among that field, but
I can actually look for you. I believe he was fairly new. Yeah, he's only gotten a 1300 I rating, so he's brand new to iRacing. Probably just started a couple weeks ago, so that's definitely not bad though to be that fast up front. Looks like Harmon's still your biggest gainer from 11th to 4th. He kind of stalled out there, 4th place. Gerwitz, he's dropped all the way back to 6th from 7th. Tough break for Gerwitz. He's usually pretty fast here lately, but he's struggling a little bit tonight on this track. Don't see any more real big gainers. Grafton's gone 10th to 7th. That's not too bad.
all right, looks like we'll be going back to green here. We'll switch up the camera a little bit for this start.
Green's out. Green flag. Green flag.
Sargent just going to run the cushion all the way down to that green.
Yeah, he got a fantastic start as well. Just walking away from him. Street's looking for second though. He's gonna pull a slide job on Shockley. He's gonna make it work. Shockley gets a good crossover though. He'll take second back.
Now
And
Hanna.
moves to the bottom. Ooh, Street got into the wall. That might hurt him a little bit.
Looks like Grafton's now trying to get in the fight.
Yeah, I think Hanna decided I'm gonna run that bottom and I'm gonna stay with not coming off of it at all. It's working for him so far though.
Looks like Hanna's getting ready to pass Shockley. If Shockley makes even the slightest little error, Hanna is there.
Yeah, he's got Street, Harmon, and I believe that is Tyler Grafton. They're all over Shockley. Hanna now tries to throw a little bit of a slider. He's gonna lose some ground. He might lose 4th to that one now. We ain't forgetting about him, but Dustin Sargent is, he's got a 360 in that car. He is gone. He's on a rail running that top side, looking really good tonight.
He's opened up almost an 8-car length lead, I believe. Nobody
Yeah,
has shown anything for him yet.
No, these second through, I believe, 8th place. These guys, you could throw a blanket on them, cover them all up. They were almost 4 wide coming out of 2 there.
Don't look now, but looks like Showtime's going to take over second place.
Yeah,
At the
he's
line,
still
he's
running
got
that
it.
bottom. He's starting to move up a little bit. Move up to the middle. He's going to block Shockley. That's going to give him the spot. Shockley's going to move to the middle now. Tyler Street's still banging up off of the cushion there, though.
Tell you what, there's not much of a cushion left up there through a lot of that corner. Maybe a tire width, and that's about it.
Yeah, Sargent's the only one really able to run that top so well right now. Looks like Alec Hanna is starting to close in on him. Shockley's going to get below Hanna. That's going to mess Hanna up. Shockley will move back around Hanna again.
Looks like Sargent's down lap traffic. That's going to screw with his line a little bit.
Yeah, I got another lap car that's going to mess with second and third place here. See if he doesn't wreck nobody. Street's going to be the biggest loser in the deal. Street gets hold up way big time. He's going to lose 2 spots, maybe 3 now. Shockley and Hanna still battling it out. Hanna's going to get second back, and they've closed the door on Sargent. Sargent is held up in lap traffic. Sargent's going to clear him now. That's going to leave Hannah and Shockley to try to move by.
Coming around to 13 laps to go now.
Yeah, Hannah's going to have to come off that bottom if he wants to get by lap traffic. Ooh, he will.
Whoa. Wow, I don't know how he found the room there for that.
Yeah, that was real close to almost taking each other out. Hannah's got that bottom rolling there. They're closing in on Sargent again.
Showtime's about to show us how he got that nickname. As he's
Yeah,
closed
here he
in on
comes.
Sargent, looks underneath him. He's actually getting the lead now through the corner. He just can't hold it on the exit.
Shockley's going to lead that one, but I don't think he might lead very many more. We got 10 laps to go. Hannah coming out of 2. He's going to get the edge. He gets it. Sargent with a wonderful crossover to the bottom. Ooh, they get together a little bit there. Hannah's going to get the spot. He closes the door, and see you later, he's going to say.
Yeah, I don't think that wasn't quite a closing a door. That was flat out slamming the door. He took that line away.
Yeah, he flat grabbed it and shut her on him, but yellow is out. It's going to bring us down to about a 4 or 5 lap shootout.
Not sure who was involved in that one. Possibly Brandon Smith?
Yeah, didn't quite see. Everybody was strung out now. I can't quite keep up with everybody out there. Let's see.
Tell you what, another car that's put on a pretty good charge here. Tyler Grafton is up to 4th now. He's been kind of just making moves when they presented themselves, not really getting in a hurry. Be interesting to see if he has anything for the front runners.
Grafton followed Hannah there early on that bottom side and was really well until Shockley went down. Shockley between Hannah and Grafton Grafton just hasn't been able to get by. I think it's safe to say that top side is pretty much all but gone. Darren, one person we haven't talked about, Hunter Crum. Started in the 12th spot. He's up to 8th, knocking on the door for Caleb Harmon and Tyler Street. So interesting to see here. He's only got a few laps left to make moves.
Looks like Chris Jones running back in the 12th spot right now. Klaus is up to 13th, so he's put on a decent charge, but we're back to green.
I think you're going to see everybody jump to the bottom here and protect.
That's exactly what Hannah did.
Shockley. Oh, and Gurwitz gets in the back of Grafton. Tyler Street gets into Harmon. Harmon gets into Street. Big pile up for the top 4 guys. That's not what everybody wanted to see there.
And look who just benefited from that.
Hunter Crum is going to go from 8th place to 4th. If he's got a lucky
for the
rabbit
guys
foot,
that were tangled in that,
rubbing
though.
it there. Yeah, I've been racing with Tyler Street all night. He has not had good luck on his side, that's for sure. He didn't want to see that. That was kind of a deal where Gurwitz and I believe it was Grafton got together, and then Harmon and Street got together, just 2 guys checking up, and it did not work out. Hunter Crum, like you said, that's going to be the biggest gainer of that one. This will bring us to a green-white checkered finish here. It's got Aiden Berlin on his back door. Aiden fell back big time at the beginning. He's clawed his way back up to 5th now.
I think it'll be interesting if Hunter Crum will actually go ahead and try to make some moves, pick up some extra points, or if he's content to just kind of ride and collect what he can. You know, he's definitely in a points hunt right now, and some of the time throwing things that aren't there doesn't work out in your favor.
Yeah, not to take anything away from these other drivers, but I think Crum's probably got the most experience out of anybody in here. So he'll be the interesting one to see what he does here in the first corner.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag is
Berlin,
out.
though, all over Crum. They both go to the high side. The first top 3 go to the bottom. Oh, and Gurwitz and Grafton again are in trouble in the back.
Yellow,
No
yellow,
yellow,
yellow.
we stay green, and as I say it, the yellow comes out. It looks like Grafton and Gurwitz were not done talking to each other.
And that looks like it's going to end Gurwitz's night. He's laying on his side right up against the wall.
Yeah, Grafton is missing his nose wing now. They think they still had some words to settle, and they settled it. Not sure if that'll carry over after the race there, or if somebody's going to take a look at that, but top 5, top 4 still stayed the same. Michael Bangan. No, Bangan will not get that spot, so he will be 6th. Aiden Berlin's still 5th. So no change for your top 5. Going to get their second chance at a green-white checkered here. So you're only going to have 3 more after this.
It's Kind of interesting seeing where Hunter Crum went on that restart. I figured he would follow the top three down to the bottom, but I guess he wanted to test the waters up top and didn't really feel there was a threat sitting behind him.
Yeah, well, Aiden Berlin was behind him. He went to the top as well. I don't think that top's the place to be right now. I think you're gonna have to be on the bottom, or if they can figure it out in the middle, there might be something in the middle.
And watching the cars roll through, it does look like there's a pretty good line in the middle. It'll be interesting because it looks like that's what Hannah's
Green's
been
out.
leaning
Green
on a
flag.
little bit
Green
on
flag.
the entry of the corners.
Yeah, he's kind of running in the high side and then dropping it down, but it's not careful. Sargent's going to take that from him, and Hunter Crum does go low. Aiden Berlin looks below him as well. Shockley slides up a little bit. That might give Crum third. As we said, that middle looked really good. Shockley was getting a run on Sargent there.
White flag is out.
Hunter Crum is outside of Shockley for third. Can he run it in the middle? Sargent goes to the high side.
Four wide.
I think 4 wide coming out of the 4. Sargent. Hunter Crum, I think, gets third over Shockley. I cannot tell. He does. Hannah, Sargent, Crum, Shockley, Berlin. Wow, what a move at the end there by Hunter
finish.
Crum. Yeah, that middle was definitely the spot you needed to be. It was just who could get there first.
Wow.
Yeah, what a race. We'll get your top 3 here lined up.
That is something you just can't deny. This track always provides impressive racing, and it really showed tonight.
Yeah, Alex Hanna, he put on a great race coming through the field. Sargent had the early lead there, and the top just wore away, had nothing left. And then Hunter Crum, just virtue of good luck, able to go from 8th to 4th, and that was all he needed.
All right, and we should be getting our third place finisher in here any moment. Give him a moment to settle down, kind of compose himself, because that was an exciting last couple laps.
Guys, we got third and first. Still looking to see where Sargent is. Don't have Dustin Sargent yet, but I do have Hunter Crum, so let's pull Hunter up. Hunter Crum, nice third place finish. What was about 5 or 6 to go there? You were looking way, way out, and then all of a sudden, boom! Kind of got a lot of good luck. The 4th through 8th took themselves out, and you were the lucky one on that deal.
Yeah, it sucks. Tyler Strait definitely was. I think he was running 4th or 5th, maybe right behind Alex, and they just got together, and that was unfortunate for them. I mean, lucky for me, I guess, but I never want to get past people just by them wrecking.
No, it looked like you had a lucky rabbit's foot in your car tonight, and you were rubbing it because it definitely paid off. And then that first green-white checkered, I don't think that was where you wanted to go when you tried the high side. Second one was definitely a lot better for you when you ran that middle line there. Get around
Yeah, the
guys.
first one I tried to go high because I noticed all the leaders were running low, and as you saw, it did not work. So I was very thankful for that last yellow because then I was able to stick with them on the bottom. And then I kind of just said screw it and stuck it in the middle and was able to get around third. So
Yeah, it definitely worked out pretty good. Third place finish. That won't help you gain on Alex Hanna, but you will get past Caleb Harmon, I believe. So that'll probably move you into second place in the points. Just guessing here, but Hanna winning it does not help you at all. It's going to gain his lead a little bit more.
yeah, no, that does not help.
Still got 3 weeks left to try to get that top title back. You were running good real early on and had a couple bad weeks, but
Yeah.
top 3, that works for you. So
Just had a bad luck recently.
yeah, you definitely turned around the night, so that's definitely what you needed. Like I said, got 3 more weeks. Maybe you can get it figured out.
Hopefully.
All right, Hunter, congrats again. Anybody you'd like to thank?
Thank you. First off, Most Wanted Motorsports, and then I actually do want to thank Tyler because we were talking during that race. Unfortunate finish for him, but then also CSI, Pit Logic, Joe's Racing Products, and
All right.
Pushing the Cushion Productions for being such great.
I know we do
Producers.
such a fine job
Such
here.
a great job.
I don't know how you could ever forget us, but uh, congrats again, Hunter, on a nice second or a third place finish. Sorry, and we will see you tomorrow night in the 305s and 360s.
Yep.
All right. Well, as long as you don't beat me or Darren, I think we'll be fine with that.
Nah, you should be fine.
All right. Thanks again, Hunter.
Yep. Have a good night.
All right. I do not see Dustin Sargent yet. Still try to find him. Meanwhile, let's talk to our winner tonight, Alex Hanna.
There it goes again.
And there's your race winner tonight, Alex Hanna. Alex, you looked pretty dominant there on the bottom. You just stuck it out for the longest time until it finally stuck around and worked. Didn't want to go to the top at all, or you just decided to stick to the bottom?
I actually had no game plan coming into this. I was just gonna shoot down to the bottom and see where it was, and it just kind of worked for me. So I just kept it and stuck with it.
Yeah, it looked pretty good. You stuck it down there. Sargent was really fast early on, and the top just definitely went away, and you guys ran him down once you got to lap traffic, and then looked like the middle was starting to come in there at the end if you guys could find it just right.
Yeah, a couple spots here and there in the middle worked pretty fine. Yeah, Dustin and I were rolling the bottom. He was right hot on me the whole race. He kind of had me nervous a couple times there, but yeah.
Yeah, you slammed the door on him one time. I'm sure you're probably not real fond of that one, but no harm, no foul, so it worked out pretty good. You, it looks like you had the points lead going in by 3 points on Harmon. Harmon had a bad night tonight there, got wrecked at the end. He's gonna finish eighth, so that'll extend your points lead quite a bit over Hunter Crum, who I think will move into second now. So looking pretty good in the points. First, another win tonight. You're locked into 305s already tomorrow. How's it feel?
Um, I really don't know what to think right now. I'm just still pretty bummed about the 410 race, but this win is what I needed most, so that's all I'm worrying about.
Yeah, it's tough from one race to the next, but at least you made up for it here, and maybe it'll carry into tomorrow night in the 305s and the 360s as well. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow night. Anybody you'd like to thank?
I want to thank my team, Sofa King, for helping me out here recently, and a special shout out to Matthew Johnson for spotting me through this race. Just kind of talking about some things, so yeah.
All right, that's your winner tonight, Alex Hanna. It looks like we do have Dustin Sargent now. He finally got in here, so we'll pull Sargent up, take a talk with him. Your second place winner tonight, Dustin. You got us now?
Yep, I'm here.
Well, Dustin, you looked pretty dominant there to the early part of the race, and the top side it just went away for you. Had to get to the bottom, but you didn't notice it until it was too late. It looked like.
Yeah, I got in some lap traffic there, and about the same time the top went away and gave Alex the opening he needed.
Yeah, it looked pretty good though. Looks like you've had some bad luck the last couple weeks. I think you haven't had the finishes you probably were wanting. So this was definitely a nice finish. Second, it's not win, but you can't complain with the second place finish as well though. So
No, can't complain. Definitely had some bad luck past couple weeks, so it's nice to have a good finish again.
yeah, top three is always nice. You do get a run with the 305 golds now. I don't know if you knew that, how we worked it out, but top three finish, that'll move you into the golds tomorrow night. So you can come run same place, open setup tomorrow night with the gold guys.
Perfect.
Will you be able to make that?
Yeah, I'll be there.
All right, even better. We look forward to seeing you there. How was the track tonight? Did it feel pretty good, or did you just
Yeah,
get too
felt
slick?
no, felt really good, I thought. So I like running on a slicker racetrack, especially on the short tracks.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I like them slick and up top. Just sucks the top one away for you there, but still, again, you had a good night. Anybody you'd like to thank?
Bush Light.
It's a good sponsor to have.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's why you're so fast up top. Was you had plenty of bush light in you. I think you probably should have been
Exactly.
drinking a little on the yellow. You might have been hold Alex off.
Yeah, yeah. I just wish I would have noticed the bottom faster. But that's the sucky part about being the leader. You don't know where they're running. So
Yeah, that's racing. That's just the way it is sometimes. Sometimes the loser is the worst spot to be, or the winner's the first spot to be in, especially when another line comes.
yeah, exactly.
Again, you had a good night. Can't complain about second, so we'll see you tomorrow night and hopefully continue your success here the rest of the season. We got 3 races left.
Sounds good, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, thanks, Dustin.
Thanks.
Well, Darren, seen a lot of action tonight. The A main cleaned up quite well, though. Wasn't too many cautions. Real good racing, so I think it turned out to be a pretty good night. I see there's a lot of guys waiting at the trailer to have some words. So,
Yeah,
the
this is going to be an interesting night of review on this race. There was definitely some beating and banging in the B and C main. Overall, though, that A main really delivered. I thought that was some great racing. It was awesome seeing the Silver Series get into some lap traffic. Having a green flag run that long that you actually see lap traffic, see the leaders get to work through it, that always provides great entertainment, and it definitely delivered tonight because it allowed second and third to catch up to the lead and really turn it into a race.
Yeah, it was nice to see the last closing laps there. 3 and 4 guys battling for that lead spot. I mean, just right down to the very end. The first 5 cars were all within a half a second of each other. So it was anybody's race there at the end. You had 2 green, white checkers, or did we have 3? I can't remember, but
Um, I think
I
it
believe
was
it was
two attempts
2.
at the
Yep,
green white
we had,
checkered.
we had 2. So got a little extra laps to try to work it out. But all in all, it was a good night of racing. We'll see everybody tomorrow night. 305 Golds will be the first thing up, and then our 360 Unity Series presented by Goyette Trucking. So that'll be a good field. We should have almost we almost had a full field last week of 60 cars, so it'll be interesting to see if we can get 60 again, or we can get 60 this week. It'd be nice to have. Other than that, though, Darren, you got anything else before we close it out?
Nope, that's all I've got. So
Yeah,
I
I'd like
guess that
to just real quick. I want to plug our pushing the cushion here. If anybody watching that's not subscribed, please do subscribe. And like I said, we got 305s, 360s Monday night. Tuesday night, we got the Peoria Speedway Invitational Race. And then Thursday night, we have the Knoxville Regular Invitational Race, which was a big hit last week. Tony Bachhoven will be on the mic for us for that. So be sure to check that out as well. And that's all I've got. We will see you all tomorrow night. Have a good night. Stay safe out there, and everybody have a happy Easter.